Sorry. Didn't see you standing there. Welcome to the library. How can I help you? Well, of course it's a real library. I mean, look around. Can't you see the books? I mean, shouldn't be obvious? It's a real library. Why do you ask? Oh, I get it. You just been across the street visiting the library of Diotrephes. How's his tough shed looking? That guy puts a coat of paint on that thing every week. Must be about an inch thick. and the thing, and all his stacks of booklets. I mean, written by himself. Well, think about it while you're here. Think about it. Why has the church had such a problem judging between the real and the false, especially in the last few years? There's got to be a simple solution or simple truth that we just keep walking past. The worldly intellectualism that Mr. Armstrong often talked about, so strongly warned about, it's become so rife that it seems to cloud over everything. Even the simple things just require that we just take a step back and get some clarity. Mr. Armstrong often taught, especially in the last years of his life, that the root cause started with the two trees. Okay, and he was very correct. And we're going to find that solution to this problem, we're going to find it resting at the root of that wrong tree. We like to keep things simple at the library, so let's keep things simple and establish some facts before we examine this further. Now, Christ was the second Adam because the first Adam failed. That's in 1 Corinthians 15:45-46. The church is the bride of Christ. Revelation 19:7-9. So that essentially means that the church is the second Eve. And Eve was deceived and not Adam. That's in 1 Timothy 2:14. So we really need to dig into where Eve went wrong in her thinking. And this would show us probably the root cause of everything that's gone wrong in the church, especially in the past few years. Now, we fix that, and the right things begin to fall into place, rather than what we've been seeing is everything falling apart. So let's go to her mistake. Okay, before we do, let's remember, again, God is a family. That's a plural. Okay, the church is a group. Again, that's a plural. Family, again, God is a family. That's a plural. Okay, now you got your Bible? Diotrephes took it. Yeah, he does that whenever he sees somebody trying to check up on him. Here, use mine. It's dust free. Go to Genesis 3:3. Genesis 3:3. You got it? Okay. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat. And she also gave it to her husband, and he did eat. Now, what I find interesting is that the word one is in italics, which means it's not in the original. And I went and checked. It's not there. It was inserted by the translators. I looked it up. I even determined the grammar. The word one is an indefinite pronoun and is always in the singular. Now, what is it about the context that even the carnal translators figured out that a singular is needed here? One is a singular, not a plural. And again, God, the church, family, they are all plurals. Okay? Her desire was to make one wise. Now, this is selfishness right at the root of the tree. Selfishness at the original root. She wanted to make herself wise, and she gave it to her husband to eat with her. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil will always take you down the road to self. Now let's flesh this out. Let's flesh this out further. And Christ did this in John chapter 7, and we'll specifically look at verse 17 through 18. Got it? Now, let's follow the bouncing ball of singulars and plurals here. You're going to see something here. Follow the bouncing ball. Okay, if any man will do his will, okay, he shall know of the doctrine, whether it be of God, plural, or whether I speak of myself. Okay, he that speaketh of himself seeketh his own glory, but he that seeketh his glory that sent him, again, who that sent, God, plural, the same is true, and no unrighteousness is in him. Okay, now let's look at the context in verse 16. My doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me. Again, look at the singulars and plurals are very telling in this case. This is where the second Adam succeeded and where Eve made her mistake. She wanted her doctrine to be hers. How can you tell the real from the false? Real simple. Stop making it yours. Well, I hope that was helpful. Thanks for visiting the library where we always keep God's truth, his doctrine.